Ohm's law and some of the other experiments use parametric plots, and that is when the x-axis is not time. Instead, in this case, we're plotting voltage versus current. So we're relating these two physical values to one another. To make these plots, it takes some very careful work, and that's why we've created all the axes for you already. Occasionally, those students will mess up and lose out on the correct data plot. So I'm just going to delete this first, and by the way, I've gone up to display and I've chosen show tools, okay, which has unlocked my workbook. And a second click on this border makes it a light gray, and I'm just going to remove it. And then I'm going to add a new display, this 4-pane display window, and make it a graph. You can see Y versus X. Now I can just take the output voltage and drop it here on the Y. Or I can click on the Y and I can choose something here. But I'm going to take this and just drop it right here on the Y. Do you see the little dashed lines around here? Look, I could put it on the x-axis or just put it on the plot. I'm just going to put this one on the plot, and you'll see, oh, lots of data. So now I go up to the data and say none. Okay, so now it says voltage versus time. Well, I want current on this axis, voltage versus current. Let me collapse all these so you can see what's about to happen. I've actually already created this array, and you can see it here, voltage versus current. If I choose this x-axis, I can choose current. And it's going to create voltage versus current. And now I have to collapse all these again. Silly features. And now you'll see voltage versus current, and here's voltage versus current. So I have another copy. Bad, bad, bad. That's going to cause Data Studio to eventually crash because it has too many copies of the data. So I'm going to click over here once and hit delete and confirm to remove that measurement. And instead of recreating that array of voltage versus current, I'm just going to look over here and find voltage versus current, and I'm going to put the 10 ohm on here, voltage versus current. And now I can bring data in from, say, the 33 ohm resistor. That's how you create a parametric plot. Either you drop measurements onto each axis or click on the axis. But if the measurement array is already created, like this case, voltage versus current, use the one that's already created and drop it into your plot. Another mistake students often do is they've highlighted a region of data and then inadvertently they hit delete on the keyboard and they're not watching what they're doing and they just hit OK and sure, and oh, you know what? I just deleted some data from that data, and so you can see 33 ohm edited. And that will appear down here, voltage versus current, 33 ohm edited. And now students freak out because they choose data and, well, where's all my data? Okay, so I'm going to have to delete this edited data in the summary window so that it goes away. And now you can see I have my data back because I still had some there. If I still don't have any data, then you're going to have to redefine these axes by finding the correct array on the far left side, voltage versus current, and dropping it into the plot.